Hello and welcome to the Third Deck Podcast. I'm James.
And I'm Anthony, and we're joined by our guest, George. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Good to be here.
Cool. Today we're going to be talking about the topic of podcasts. And it's really good here because George is very experienced with podcasts. And also, we are trying to improve our own podcasts.
Yeah, we learn from the best,
Yeah, because we are very, very young podcasts, let's just say. And we just need some more experience with some stuff, some podcast stuff.
Beautiful.
So,
Touching,
George,
touching.
what do you know?
So I've been listening to a few podcasts recently. So there's obviously the Misfits podcast, which you probably have heard of. It's actually one of the biggest in the world, like just in general though, somehow. It's on Spotify, YouTube. They've just 68 episodes at the moment, all around an hour long. Some are like an hour and a half, depending. But yeah, that's I think a really good example because it's more talking. So in their YouTube videos, it's not really. None of them are vloggers, so they sort of go to that side of it in the podcast.
Yeah.
So it's almost like contrasting to their content, which is just like making jokes, playing games.
I do like the Misfit podcast. It's quite good.
Yeah, and then obviously you've got all the YouTuber podcasts, which are they're questionable. A lot of them are just okay.
Yeah, it's quite hard to make podcasts with a lot of content which everyone likes because podcasts it's only people talking, so you have to make it as interesting as possible.
Yeah, that's the problem with podcasts, But compared to like video games, you do something funny in the video game, or you do something interesting or and that gives you something to talk about. But like when you're doing a podcast, you kind of have to think of everything on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when you're just playing a game, you can like literally people will be like attracted to the gameplay in the background. So if what you're saying even isn't that exciting, they might just be drawn to the gameplay, or half be listening, half just be zoning out. But with podcasts, people won't click on them if they don't want to just listen to something. If they want to watch something, then it's difficult to get a lot of viewers. But it's difficult.
I mean, like I've seen a bunch of people do podcasts and like same thing, kind of similar to podcasts, but then they have some like surfing in maps in the background.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of those, and just people like talking about like videos that other people make. Like obviously, there's the whole like commentary channel, reaction channel thing. A lot of people will have a game in the background while they're reacting to other things.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the H3 podcast?
I haven't. Can you remind me?
The H3 podcast is a podcast which has... I don't know how many subscribers because I haven't watched a lot of their videos, but I believe James has. And they just talk about regular topics that have been going on. Like, for example, one of them had Putin on it for some reason. Don't really want to know why. But I think I've seen one of their videos. I think they've got a pretty good format going on as well, and their setting is pretty good as well because they have them in the background speaking. Because I think it's two people, so that's pretty good because it's no people in a podcast. Otherwise, it's hardly interesting at all, really. Yeah.
I think one of the biggest things to becoming successful is having people that are, especially for people who are like more established, like YouTubers who have a lot of subscribers. It's best to get someone who's like more famous than you to boost it because that can help so much. And people will, like, for example, there's a couple of YouTubers who, same context really, a couple of YouTubers who I wouldn't ever watch, but then they've had someone who I like watching on their channel. And then from now on, I watch all of their videos because I like that one video.
Yeah, exactly.
It just brings a completely new audience into the podcast, and I don't think enough people give it a try. Like a lot of people just think, "Oh, why would I listen to people talking?" But you get people to be like they're always themselves. I think. Well, that's sort of what I gather. That people are normally just themselves the whole time on podcasts, and it's like it's a new side of them you don't really get just in videos.
Yeah. And also, people don't realise how relatable podcasts are to everyday things because you hardly ever talk about one topic. It's always about many different types of topics. it's not normally about the same thing, because sometimes that can get really boring, and I realize that about podcasts, and that's why people hardly ever watch them or listen to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So James, have you watched any other podcasts except for the Misfits?
Yeah, I did a bunch of like little like one episode podcasts on a bunch of different things, just so I could grab like what the general idea is and all of these different ones. But the main one I watch is something called Triforce by the Ogscast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They kind of just talk about video games and stuff, but it's pretty cool and chill.
Yeah. I mean, it's always important to, like, in the podcast, relate to a wider audience. Like, in the Misfits podcast, I think people like listening to it because you literally do not hear about their lives on their videos. Like, a lot of people will talk about where they live or something like that. They'll say something in videos, but they literally do not talk about themselves. It's just, here's the video, we'll make some jokes while playing a game. That's it. Like, that's all you get in their YouTube videos. So it's interesting to sort of hear about their life, and also like, especially with them, they talk a lot about drugs as well, which links into a lot of things, because some kids, like not kids, but people like around our age, will like listening to that, because like, obviously we don't have any experience. Well, most people don't have any experience with drugs at this age.
The Third Deck podcast does not condemn anyone who presides or takes drugs in any way, okay? We do not.
No, the Third Deck podcast is very good. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
The best podcast. Apart from
How many episodes have you watched?
2.
Oh, okay. I doubt that, but okay.
You doubt me. Okay, yeah, but I think that it's very interesting, because it's a growing thing. Because in the past, there's never really been much sort of traction towards it. It's always been YouTube videos. Why would you want to make podcasts? But now, lots of different people are starting to make them. Like, there's obviously like the Sidemen. I think one of them has made a podcast, and it isn't very good. But their audience, once they run out of the people's content to watch, they'll go to that if they really want to just watch that certain person.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, we're always just trying to look to improve our podcast, as it's still quite a very, very, very small podcast, and we're always thinking of new ideas, and that was one of our ideas that we thought we might do when our podcast gets a bit bigger, or even if it gets a bit bigger, look to the comments, stuff like that.
So yeah, if you have a good topic idea or have some ideas for some guests, stick it in the comment section below, because we do read pretty much every single comment.
Yeah, and also we are doing another podcast this month, which is a more Christmas themed podcast, which will come out soon and will come out on Christmas Eve. So if you want to watch that,
or like days before. I still haven't worked out if I'm going to put it up on Christmas Eve or not. Probably going to be.
Well, it's around that, so.
Yeah, close to Christmas.
Yeah, no. Do you have a certain person that's going to be going on that, or is it just going to be you two?
It's probably going to be us two.
Yeah, just us.
No, that'll be good. That'll be good. Especially if it's like a Christmas one. That'll be good. No, but I think you guys really, really good. It's worked the way that you've done it as well, because a lot of people wouldn't think to have guests on every week, but it just, like, if you're just listening to the same two people about similar things, it can get boring. But the fact that you're bringing on new people and having topics is really, really good. It will keep it going for a while, and there's so many things to talk about at the moment.
Yeah, especially since like the amount of people who want to be on the podcast as well. It's just like a large amount of people.
Yeah, a large amount of people for us, that is, but yeah.
No, that's brilliant though. The more people that want to be on, the more episodes you can put out, and the bigger you'll get, hopefully.
Yeah.
And
I'm really surprised though.
Oh, yeah. What was that answer?
I'm really surprised about how far we've actually got in a certain amount of time, because I think we've only been doing this for a few months anyway.
Oh yeah, about 2.
Yeah, about 2 months, and we've managed to get this many people. And although it's like hardly any, it's an achievement for me in itself.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I feel like it's so difficult, especially when you're like creating something new, and you don't really have. I'm not too sure, but I don't believe that either of you guys had an audience before.
No.
Yeah, the fact that you've gone straight into this and done really, really well, it's impressive.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I had only listened to one podcast at the time, and I hadn't even fully listened to all of their videos and stuff like that. I wasn't I wouldn't say a subscriber, although I was technically subscribed to this channel. I'm not going to say it because I just can't be bothered. But yeah, I only listened to one podcast at the time, and I just thought, hey, what the hell? Let's just do a podcast and see how far it goes. And I'm just happy to carry on with it, to be honest. And I think James feels the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are pulling in 60, 70 views on videos, and it's really impressive. It's inspiring as well. It's really it's difficult. New YouTube channels get made all the time, and people putting out content daily, even, and they're getting very, very small amount of views. They're just sort of getting 5 views a video, if that, a lot of the time. But it proves that you guys are doing something that people want to watch.
Yeah.
Well,
and I'm really. Yeah, you can speak.
Not really for too long. I've looked at the statistics. People normally watch for about a minute or two, but the views are there.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it doesn't, honestly, obviously it's nice to get people watching for a lot longer, but it's the fact that people will go on to this and have an open mind. If I go on a YouTube video, or the YouTube video pops up recommended somehow, and it says, oh, we've only got 5 views on this, or no, let's go on a bigger scale. Let's say something has 50,000 views. I'm less likely to watch it than something has 5 million, even if it's made by the same person, because if that many people are watching it, then it has to be good, And I think that's important, because people won't just look at your channel and go, they're not getting any views. They'll look at your channel and go, okay, they're bringing in a good amount of people want to watch this, and they're more likely to click on it, and then if they like it, then, another person.
And also, it was really funny, because when we, in the first few days of the podcast, when we released our first video, which I have to say, in my opinion, was the worst video ever on the internet, ever. It managed to get the most views at the time, which was really, really odd, but surprising. Yeah.
I mean, the third episode was questionable.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, people asked for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Ask shall receive.
Yeah. Yeah, at that time, I think we were rushing into it a bit too much, and we just needed to slow down a bit more so we can just get our thoughts together and make it a bit more quality over quantity.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, I'm happy with the way things are going right now, to be honest.
No, it seems like it's turning out really.
And also the time we've been able to stay without an awkward pause is being quite surprising for me.
No, that's really good, because that's a big issue with a lot of things. If you're just talking for half an hour or so, it's difficult to not just go, and not think of anything to say. But if you've constantly got things to say, you've got lined up things that you want to cover, then you're honestly fine. If you've got the time of day, then you're good.
Yeah, we don't really come from very high status backgrounds, and I'm surprised. I know I've said surprised a lot, but there's not really much of another word to describe it, about how much content we've been able to get out of these videos, and how much more I've been able to become more close to everyone else, and it's been really good.
Yeah, no, it's really, really impressive. Well, I think that we've spoken about podcasts, and that's been interesting. I'd like to pitch in a couple of things. I don't know whether you've...
Go ahead.
But just with gaming at the moment, I think that's interesting as well, because obviously the big thing not that long ago was Fortnite. That was the big thing. That was the one game that was literally destroying every other game.
Yeah.
And it's dropping off now, and not of course you're still gonna have people playing. I still play it. I knew that was coming, but I don't play it competitively. I don't play it because, Fortnite, I don't play it like the 9-year-olds do. I play it because it's something that I enjoy playing with a couple of my friends and just messing around on.
Yeah,
I also
that's
play...
exactly...
Yeah, no, carry on.
That's exactly what me and James do, because James, although he made that really awkward reaction, we do also play as well.
Yeah,
and we don't play for like the wins or anything. We just play to mess around and just have fun with friends
depends.
instead of like,
exactly.
right?
you
In
know.
my opinion, like Battle Royale is just cancer and garbage and not very fun.
Yeah, but there's also the concept with like, so you got PUBG where it's a battle royale. I think with Fortnite you've got the whole creative side of it. You've got there are so many different modes that you can play. They've just expanded it a lot, and it is still surviving. But then, personally, at the moment, I'm really trying to stop myself from playing it because I still do get irritated when stuff doesn't go my way. Like you do with every single game. If you're playing a game and you just want to have fun, and people are literally sweating on you the whole time, it's not great fun. But I've been trying to play a lot more CS:GO recently. I've actually recently got Rocket League, which is interesting. And it's thing is, it's such a good game because I played it a lot like a few years ago, but I revisited it, and it's such a simple in the way that it works. But the concept of it is so simple, but it's so interesting. I love it. Honestly, I've been having really good times with that at the moment.
Cool. Do you have an Xbox or a PS4?
I do not have either of them. I had an Xbox, but I sold it, got the PC, and if anyone is watching and thinking about switching over, it's 100% worth it. I didn't think it would be worth it. I did, and it was so much better. It's just so many more games you can play, and so much higher quality.
But I think also when selling something and then buying something new, you have to do a lot of research about exactly what you want.
Exactly.
Because I recently tried to download some extra stuff on my computer, but then only recently I found out, the stupid person that I am, that I only had 2 gigabytes of RAM on my computer, so I couldn't run literally anything except Minecraft.
Ooh, that's a bit irritating. So yeah, my PC is, I think it's about, it cost me 600, but it was on and it was on sale from 700. So it's a good PC, but I didn't buy all the parts individually. I bought it from Curry's, and we're still paying it off. We're paying it off every month, and although there's the added I think it's 30 or something % APR, it's so much easier because I can pay it off myself with money that I get from doing jobs and just doing stuff like that. I can pay it off myself. So that's amazing to have, and there's so many more possibilities with it than a console.
So moving on to something else, I wanted to talk about COPPA. It's the Child Protection Act that is now being enforced again on YouTube. It got enforced in 2013 again.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, I've seen about that actually. Yeah, no, that's horrible. Really, it's stupid.
It was literally written in 2000, and
the thing is that they're saying to people who make video game content, but funny, offensive video game content that is not for kids, they're literally saying, "Oh, if you make it a video game, then you are immediately a kids channel, no matter what," and that is stupid.
and if you and you can get fined £44,000 or something like that. It's ridiculous.
It's per video.
Per video, Jesus Christ.
So now I think a load of people... I actually was surprised because I saw a load of people at the same time saying, this channel isn't for kids, it never has been. And I just thought, oh, it's just a thing that's going around that people have to confirm. And obviously it is, but it's so much deeper than that. A lot of people are having to properly change their channels as well. Because, I mean, and they're also, if you're making content for kids, I think they're cutting the money that you're making.
Yeah, sometimes just completely.
Yeah, it's stupid. How brain dead do the people who make these laws to be? You're literally telling people who's what, and on language as well. There's a language problem with it.
No, right. There is so much crap to this stupid Protection Act. The first thing is, you can't have any animated characters, bold or fast-moving graphics, or bright and vibrant colors. So South Park is now kid-friendly.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
and Family Guy.
What about like art channels that like do like animation and stuff and like drawing and stuff, drawing cartoons? Immediately, that's going to be child content, and that could be like they could be drawing different things. Yet one video could be like a slightly child friendly one, and then the whole channel becomes child friendly because it's got that involved in it.
I mean, like, I don't see the problem with people, because I think the problem that they're having is that people are targeting kids as their audience because they know that kids will watch a lot of YouTube. But what is the problem with that? Like, they're using your site to watch people that they want, and it's not like they're directly giving them money. They're giving them money through ads, and that's not... You know, YouTube are getting more money from kids watching these channels, and now they're trying to stop it. It just doesn't make any sense.
Going back to the broad thing as well, like, and you can literally just say the word. There's like, okay, let me just read this out. This is an actual clause. Language of the website, such as a language that is simple enough to be understandable to children 12 and under, short, colorful descriptions, slang, and pop culture phases. So, e.g., a kid's site might be identified by such as kids only, fun, free stuff, whatever, cool, duh, kid games, ask your parents, etc. So you could just say the word kids friendly or ask your parents.
You could say the word whatever and the whole kids channel, channel. Imagine just sitting there on your thing, just like swearing, slating the internet, and then by the end you just go, yeah, but it's whatever. They're just like, no money, you're a kids channel today. That's just ridiculous.
And like the subject matter as well, like you can't talk about sports. That's like one of the dumbest ones. If you talk about sports, apparently it's a kids channel because only kids watch sports. Same thing with stories.
Right, so if you have a football game, let's just say on TV, who's going to be the main audience? I'd say dads would be the main audience.
No, kids.
Of course.
You know, kids sitting there at home, they're like, should I go on Cartoon Network or should I go to BBC Sports? You know, I think I might have to go for the sports one here.
It's like, should I watch Amazing World of Gumball? Maybe. Or should I watch golf? I think golf.
Table tennis, boys.
Should I watch Pokemon or should I watch the Ping Pong Championship?
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. It's so stupid. Like channels, right? So, like I was saying earlier when we were talking about podcasts, there are a lot of channels who will say offensive, funny jokes over a video game, and they're going to be called kids channels. Either they're going to be called kids channels, or they're going to have to get 40 grand taken away, maybe, if they are found out that channel is not kids friendly, too kid friendly.
So if it's a website subject matter that is appealing to, I'm quoting this by the way, that is appealing to children, e.g. kids jokes, music, kids games, video/computer games, children's TV shows or stars, cartoon characters, sports, stories, toys, children's books, fantasy, children's arts and crafts, pets, products primarily purchased or consumed by kids, like snack food or cereal.
So that's like 99% of YouTube.
It's
cereal. How is cereal
I don't think I could find a channel that actually wasn't a kids channel. Like all of the channels that I watch, I mean, you could argue there's like, you know, there are people who do like tech stuff and like, but they're using words like whatever. Like it's a no-win. You cannot win against that system.
Yeah.
It's like YouTube going, we want the ads, but you're not making any money from them. Even
you can't even like tell a joke. If you tell a joke, that's it.
It's actually just brain dead people at YouTube not knowing what the internet is nowadays, trying to distinguish what makes channel kid friendly or not. 10 years ago, maybe. Like
the boomers of this generation.
The boomers. The fucking boomers!
Do you think Boomer would make it a children's channel? the word boomer, because it's technically it's kind of slang.
Yeah, no, it's hip hop culture.
Yeah.
Like other things.
Oh, they're so dumb. Oh my lord. Any channels to be any video games, which is I'd say about 50% of them at this point. You are a kids channel. Even if you say the worst words in the world and get age restricted, you're still a kids channel because you use video games.
So yeah,
what
like
if you review a game that is an 18, but it still classes it as a children's channel?
Yeah, I think how it works is they might be able to do it like, so if it's like E for Everyone, or if it's like a kids animation, kids story game, then I think that counts. But if you're playing Call of Duty, I think it's okay. And it won't really count as a kids channel. But then who knows? Who knows?
So where did you find this article? I want to read this now.
It's Copper. Just like type in Copper guidelines into Google. So apparently, I've just listed off a couple of facts. If the content counts as children 12 or under, then comments, info cards, end screens, and other features would be just gone. Videos will not show personalized ads, which means like really cut down revenue. Channels will no longer have stories, the community tab, the notification bell. Viewers will not be able to save videos to watch later or other playlists. And the worst thing out of all of these, viewers will not be able to sign up for channel memberships. You physically can't get people to subscribe to you if you're a kids channel.
What?
That's so bad.
So they're literally ruining YouTube.
Yeah.
They're ruining YouTube. There has to be, but in general though, another website has to step up.
What, like Vimeo?
Who's
gonna watch Vimeo?
I know a new company who's got a similar layout to YouTube, not enough so they'll get copyrighted by any means, that has the same concept of being able to post videos and anyone can watch them. They need to have this kind of thing, because this, like, I don't know about you guys, but I think the main thing that I do is go on my computer and watch YouTube. Probably watch YouTube more than I go on my computer.
I do.
Yeah,
and
Sam.
The fact that they're literally going to be, like, channels are going to have to be either kid-friendly or it doesn't work either, because even if they work their hardest to be the least kid-friendly they can, swearing, all of this, they'll still get demonetized.
Right, no, this
they'll still get demonetized.
Yeah, another thing is, basically, this is where the $42,530 dollars, sorry, this is dollars, not pounds, per violation came from. If the content is incorrectly labeled and YouTube and the FTC make the decision that there is abuse, the rule allows civil penalties for up to £42,530 or dollars.
So because someone said, "Oh yeah, I'm a kids channel," and then says the word "frick" in their video, $42,000, give it right now. It's like, how brain dead do you have to be?
It did
it's
just
so
say
bad.
That. It did say that they have to agree. They agree whether it is or not.
Yeah.
Because they might not be that harsh when it comes to stuff like that.
But you'll take but it's the same way round. If you say that you're a kids channel, and then you bring out a kids content video, like for example, there are a lot of YouTubers who have first channels and second channels that one of them will be where they do more edgy stuff to please their viewers, and then for example the second channel will be more kids friendly to get money, essentially.
Yeah.
But that's going to be so difficult to do. You either have to have one of them a kids channel getting no money and the other one getting demonetized, or have both getting demonetized, or have both making no money.
Right, and another thing is, it's the worst thing about it, right? I'm not sure if this is true, but what the rumors going around is the FTC once decided that you can make like a mixed option, so your audience is both kids and adults, so it kind of split in the middle. But YouTube said no. They said no to it. They said fuck off, basically.
Why?
I don't know.
So annoying.
They're literally cocking the reason why they're getting money!
They're soiling themselves, though. Because if a new website does come along and go, I got you, we're going to be making the same thing YouTube does, but without all the shitty laws they're implementing, then YouTube are going to lose views and then therefore make less money. It's just brain dead people thinking that, oh, kids are vulnerable. If they watch a video, the person shouldn't be able to make money off of it.
Yeah, like, seriously, like, Karen, stop fucking the pool man and watch Timmy on YouTube. It's not too hard.
It would be a bit better though if they made it so it would be kids, teens, and then adults, because then it would be a bit better, because then you could separate it a bit better.
Oh wait! Oh, what is this? You mean this is something called YouTube Kids? An app dedicated for kids?
You're literally right. You're literally right.
You're right.
So the thing is that they already have YouTube Kids, where I don't think you can subscribe to anyone, if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm not sure. I don't. Maybe you can, but you can't watch any content that is not classified family friendly by YouTube. So you can only watch big YouTubers who have been classified family friendly, which isn't terrible if you're a young child, because most of the things that they'll want to watch are stuff like, I don't know, 5-minute crafts or morgue. Don't even get me started on morgues, but you know what I mean. Like, they're going to be watching these videos that are by bigger, more established YouTubers. But for people who aren't YouTube Kids, where are we going to get the videos that we want to watch?
Yeah, it's like we're being outcast from...
Yeah. No, but also kids channels won't want to carry on being kids channels.
Yeah.
Because they're just not going to make money. I hope that there's something that YouTube change. I'm hoping that there's something that's just going to get completely finished with.
Okay, I just checked it into it. You cannot subscribe to people, but there's like a lot of parental control. Yes, so you can like set it to you can only view content that is approved for 4 years and younger, or like 5 to 7, or just by yourself, so only things you approve, and then you can set the amount of screen time.
I think that should be something that when you make a normal YouTube account, you should put in your age, and if you're under 12, or say that you're under 12, or then your parents can set controls, and it tells you that your parents have to set controls and confirm an email or something.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing that happens already. You cannot sign up a YouTube account at 12 years.
Yeah.
So, but
maybe
no one stops that. When I had a YouTube account, I just set it to my sister's age, or like 2000. I'm 1985. Yeah, sure, I was born then.
I have for example, there were a couple of games online that have asked for my age, and I put in my age, and it's gone, not recently, but in the past, and it's, social media, yeah, that's it. I put in my age, and it's gone, oh, sorry, technically you're not allowed to use this. So then I've made myself 99, and it's let me.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not very smart, but it's fine.
Wow, this guy with the same computer put down that he was 10, and then 5 seconds later put he was 99.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just his grandma. It's just his grandma.
It's just his grandma.
Maybe what they'll do though in the future is that they'll be able to, when you make an account, you'll be able to make like one where like you can actually accept whatever age, and then it will like assign it appropriately to like subscriptions and all the things that it says in copper.
I think that all the big channels should be given an age. So, for example, all the big channels, let's say above 1 million, YouTube should just do a big thing where they go, alright, every channel above 1 million, we will give you an age, and below we'll watch a few of your videos, someone from YouTube, because they have so many people on their site.
Yeah,
they could literally pay people off the streets to watch YouTube and grade them, and they can get real results. People just got to watch a few videos and then say, okay, I think it's suitable for this age and older. That way, when you set your age, you cannot watch anything that YouTube has deemed too old for you.
Another thing is, Google kind of already do this with like the Google Translate thing. You can literally just sign up, and then you can just start like translating things, and like the most approved things. So if like for example French, converting I like, if 12 people put j'aime and 1 person put fuck you, it's obviously going to put the 12 people as Shane. The correct answer.
Yeah.
Going on to a different note, this is to do with the icons that we have on Discord. If you actually watch the video, in episode, I think it was episode 2.
Yeah.
It was the one about Berlin. I'm really sorry, I can't remember it.
Oh, I'll check. Yeah, that's episode 2.
There was a thing that our guest Antonia said called Nakey Nakes. And because I'm a creative person, I'm going to say I'm a creative person. And I was like, well, Nakey Nakes does sound like a snake. So I thought, why don't I try and make a mascot for our channel? And I was like, I'm not going to go too into it or anything. But I managed to make a design for it. And for future videos, I will digitally draw this and add it as my icon for Discord whenever we go on a podcast, because if you don't know, this is on Discord, and that will be shown in maybe the next 2 videos or 2 or 3 videos, which I'll add as my icon so everyone can see what our mascot will look like. So I hope you will,
why don't we set it to the channel icon? Because right now it's like just a picture of like 3 cards I took.
Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, it's a picture of Sully Wazowski. If you haven't heard of that, it's a meme. It's a very well-respected meme by me.
Sully Wazowski, my guy Sully.
Yeah, you know, one of actually no, it's fine. I won't talk about that.
So our logo right now is like it looks pretty good. Not gonna lie, whoever designed it, I think who designed it again? Do you remember?
What? Oh, our design for our YouTube pic.
Yeah.
Oh, that was me. I found it.
It does look really cool, to be fair.
It does.
Whoever did that.
I like the channel banner.
What? Just the 3 cards.
3 cards. I mean, personally, I would have gone for clubs, but you know.
Oh, wow.
Just for a little preview of what Nakey Nakes looks like. It's basically a snake, but it wears a t-shirt.
Do you have it digitally right now? Do you have it digitally?
I don't have it digitally, but I have a photo of it, which if you want to, you can put it up on the screen.
Yeah, I'll put it up on the screen right now.
Oh, it looks so good.
Whoa.
Oh my god, that's mental, guys.
That's mental.
Anthony, that's such a good design, man.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks so much.
Especially like the bit at the top, which I can't. Yeah, like that bit at the top.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really good, but I'm gonna have it as my profile picture, and maybe even James might if.
I'm gonna stick to Frosty.
I mean, if we're going into profile pictures, my profile picture is the main boss in Terraria. If anyone was wondering.
Oh, is it?
Oh, which is a very, very sexy game. Terraria is a very sexy game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Silence. Silence straight after I say that.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
What have I said?
What about Minecraft though? How sexy is that compared to Terraria?
Minecraft is.
Yeah, Minecraft is sick. Minecraft is sick.
Minecraft is less sexy purely because it has less to do. But if you download mods, then Minecraft is better.
Well, talking about mods, this probably won't be up or would probably be down at this point. But Frosty Meadows, I'm announcing it here. I am thinking of adding a chapter 2 or season 2 of Frosty Meadows, which would be entirely modded on 1.7.10. Right now, if you go to the Technic launcher and punch in Frosty Meadows, you can download the mod pack. It's all fully and it's all ready. I just need to go make some server stuff.
Cool.
Oh wow.
Sounds really good.
Sounds very nice.
We'll probably put a link to the Technic launcher down in the description.
I will stick it all in the description.
Yeah.
I'll probably forget.
Be good.
Well, I'm going to put it in my notes now.
Now, I don't know about you, James, but I think we should maybe start ending this lovely Third Deck podcast video.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm up for it.
More time.
That was a very, very, very great time being here. Thank you for having me, guys, today. I've thoroughly enjoyed this.
Okay, cool.
Right, thank you.
James, would you like me to announce the outro?
Go ahead, Anthony.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please put a like down below if you're feeling quite generous and subscribe to see more. And we'll see you in the next podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.